am live. Of course I am as soon as I take the drink. Hello, everyone. I'm Heather from Heather Spins a Yarn, and this is Stitching the Miles Together. My co-host, who you notice is not on either side of me right now, Nicole from Know-it-all Nikki. She had to go let her puppers out, so she's going to be joining us in just a second. But for those of you who do not follow us or this is your first time, welcome. I live in Put-in Bay, Ohio, which is a small island in Lake Erie. It's one of the very few islands in a freshwater body of water. I think I said that right. And Alexis is my daughter and does not live here. And Nicole is my yarny BFF, and she lives in Homer, Alaska, which she's in like the Kenai Peninsula and very similar area, like how Put-in Bay is to, like touristy and stuff like that. Oh my gosh. I don't have this stuff mapped out. I have my show notes, but then we decided it was a good idea for her to take her dogs out before we started. So Stitching the Miles Together is a podcast that is live, and we talk to you. Actually, we're not even talking. We do talk to you, and we talk to each other. We chat about our love of yarn, knitting, crochet. She does not crochet, but she loves to watch me crochet. Any kind of fiber related fun and all sorts of nerdy goodness. So we're just here chatting and bringing you along with us. And so here, someone's joining me. Nicole will be with us shortly. So today, let's see, I can tell you where you can find us all. You can find us everywhere. You can find us everywhere online as... you can find Stitching the Mouse Together on our YouTube channel. And let's see here. We have our YouTube channel, Stitching the Mouse Together, where past episodes are at. So like if you missed the episode 2 weeks ago, it's there. You missed the episode 2 weeks before that, it is also there. So we're hoping to eventually get all of our episodes up onto YouTube, because once we get 100 subscribers on YouTube, we're able to go live straight from YouTube and not have to have Facebook. We can like push to Facebook if we want to, but we can take Facebook out of the equation. Totally. So I would totally appreciate if you aren't watching this on YouTube, if you went over to YouTube sometime after you got done watching the show and searched out Stitching the Mouse Together and subscribed or liked us. It's always awesome. So I am Heather Spins a Yarn everywhere where you can find me, and Nicole is Know-it-all Nikki pretty much everywhere, unless you are talking to her professionally, and then she's NLS Creative. So today we are talking about the month of October, but is it really October? I don't really know. So that's really what we're going to ponder today. I am just getting done with a long day of work. Normally on Tuesdays I'm done, or Thursdays. I don't even know what day it is. Normally on Thursdays I'm done before 4 o'clock, much before 4 o'clock. And today I was not. So, and this is Nicole's favorite mug of mine. This is a Snoopy mug that I got at BloggyCon quite a few years ago. And I have gone from 2 viewers back to 0 viewers. So apparently this content is clearly engaging all by myself. It's all good. Things happen. So today I'm working on a couple things. I have my one socks that I'm going to start knitting on right now. I was wondering if I had any finished objects, and I don't think that I do. No finished objects this week. I have not started working on my super secret project. I know you may be looking at this as I put it on and think, oh, that's a finished object. Well, Nicole and I will talk about this very soon. I'm not sure what I think about this project, to be quite honest with you, but I don't think it's going to be long for this world is what the issue is going to be. This is the Stephen West shawl. This is, last year was Shawlography. This is Slip Stitch Extravaganza. I like the pattern. I don't dislike the pattern. That's not my problem with it. Nicole and I talked about it. My problem is that I don't like the gray is the main color. I think if it was any other color than this light gray, I would probably be fine. But I had these 2 skeins of this gray that I love, and I'm actually making another shawl out of right now. And I've decided that, you know what, I need to just rip this out. There are many reasons that I came to this decision. One of the biggest reasons being it is really warm. is this one of our last really warm days that we're going to have in a long time. So I actually had a sweatshirt on at work and I delayered a little bit. So, but I wasn't knitting the correct way when I started knitting this. And if you look at my stitches, these actually look like Tunisian crochet stitches, to be quite honest, just the way that they are, because I was knitting this. Your knitting should not be this gappy, like ever when you're doing. I mean, I guess it can. I'm not saying that it shouldn't be that gappy, but let me give you some real like stockinette texture here. This is shawlography. Shawlography is the one that Nicole and I did together. And you see, it's not boxy. I guess you could still see through it because when you knit, you're going to be able to see through things. But there's quite the difference between, it looks like stockinette, but it's not. So there's a lot more drape to it. And it's kind of like just, that's not the only reason. Like I said, my knitting style has changed because I'm actually knitting the proper way. Because when I first started knitting, I just felt like if I was knitting, it didn't really matter. I was getting, the end product was fine. All my stuff was always really big and I could never figure out why. And that would be why. Because I was knitting and purling the improper way. I was going through like the back loop and I was going through, I was wrapping the wrong way. So it was just, it's a lot of extra yarn. So what this equates to when you make garments is it's like really, 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 really big. So, but like I said, my biggest complaint with this shawl is I don't love it. I've made some mistakes in here, but my biggest complaint is I'm never going to wear this. I've already spent a ton of hours. I mean, it's huge. Oh shoot. And it's unraveling right before our very eyes. I mean, it's huge. And I decided to throw it on to see if I liked it. And I think it looks cute and I like it, but not enough. It's not big enough right now. And it's not enough I won't use it. So we're just going to start unraveling it because why not? Because apparently taking 3 dogs to go potty takes longer than 7 minutes and 24 seconds. And while I was prepared to go solo, had Nicole not been here, it's kind of weird not having her here. So I guess this is one of my whips, but it's not going to be for very much longer. And I've got wool in my mouth. And I wish I was better prepared. Let's see here. Oh. So I'm going to be pulling this apart and winding it back up again so I can repurpose the yarn because I love the yarn. I just don't love it together. I love these reusable bags for knitting projects. And it's okay. I think sometimes we need to give ourselves permission to not finish the. Oh, look, she's back. Thank God. Yeah. Okay. See, I
heard that. Oh, she's back.
Oh, thank God. Well, because like I was prepared to go live by myself.
Right.
But I knew I was going live with you. And so I'm like, oh, I'll just chat. But like, I just have my show notes and I don't want to like just start going through the show notes and like just, oh, I'm sorry, Nicole, you missed the show. I whipped through it in like 12 minutes.
I don't know how long I'm going to be here though, because somebody needs help playing. What?
Oh, you're fine. I was telling everyone you have a friend.
Somebody needs help playing Animal Crossing. Riley, how old are you? This is 5.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I understand.
You have a 5.
Dealt with 5. Yeah, that's why we did the podcast in the middle of the day. So
yeah. Hey, Riley, come here. Do you need my help? You have to put in your birthday. She's going to play Animal Crossing.
No.
She's looking for another letter in her name. Brother, help her find her letters. Not going to happen.
Find her letters.
Not going to happen.
So,
brother, I will put in a good word with you and for you with the people upstairs.
Or downstairs, wherever they are.
I will put in a good word for you with the people at the storage unit. What do you mean? What do I mean? I mean that if a brother helps with her words and her letters, I will be all, you know what? He was the best big brother ever. He totally helped her read while I was on the podcast. What?
Love it. Love the bribery.
Yeah.
And he's got witnesses. It's like some sort of oral binding contract here, you know.
And yeah, this is totally a contract right here. This is being broadcast live across Facebook.
At one point, we had 2 whole viewers, but they went away rather quickly when they realized I was talking to myself.
Did you tell them I was coming back?
Yes. I'm just blathering. Well, because I started off and I had this bad boy around my shoulders.
Yeah.
Because I took it off the needle so we could see how much big it was before I rip it apart.
Oh my God. I can't believe you're going to rip that apart.
I won't wear it. I don't like the gray. That's what I don't like about it. I love all the colors and I like the gray all by itself, but I don't like the gray like it is.
I like all of it. I like it. I mean, I would like
it, but I made mistakes and I need the gray for something else. So that I'm already working on.
All right.
It's just not, I'm not loving it. And sometimes you just have to give yourself permission to let things go. And as I was, this was back when I didn't knit properly either. And this almost looks like Tunisian stockinette the way that it's like, because see how it like looks very like gritty.
Oh, I see.
So there's more stretch and like.
What do you mean you didn't knit very well? Who are you?
When I first started to knit and up until like, I don't even know how many years ago. I mean, I guess 3 years ago. I used to knit. I learned halfway through one cardigan I was making that I was purling the wrong way because my stitches weren't like laying flat. They were like kind of weird and wonky.
You might have told me about that part.
I did tell you about that. But the knitting part, like I knew I had knit improperly for a long time because I couldn't for whatever reason until I got the motions down after many years. For like first 15 years I knit through the back loop. That was the only way that I knit.
Oh.
And so that's why I have a lot of problems with fit with things because my stitches are more elongated when you do that.
Right. I'm here. I'm just spelling for somebody.
And so because my stitches were elongated, fit doesn't work really well. So, I mean, after a while, I did figure out how to knit from the front loop when I got that coordination down, but I can't feel, I mean, I don't know if my husband thinks it's actually kind of not funny. Funny's not the right word for it. He's just like amazed that I can do what I do with knitting and crocheting, and I can't really feel most of my hands.
Wow. You sound like Brian. Well, Brian doesn't have a whole lot of feeling in his one hand from the accident.
Yeah, both of mine. I don't like, especially my left with all the injuries I had to my shoulder and stuff like that. But just from fibromyalgia and my neuropathy, like when your nerves just, I can't feel parts of my legs and my feet, but my fingers and my hands, like it's not that I can't feel. I feel stuff, but it's not.
I remember like one of the first times we got together, like hung out for a crafternoon. It was at your aunt's, the quilt.
Oh, Quilting by the Mill. Yeah. My Aunt Sarah.
Yeah. So I remember that you were crocheting because you said it got to be that knitting hurt.
It did. It was getting.
That was because of an accident.
Oh yeah, that was when I had broke my my navicular bone in my left hand here. Your navicular bone is actually in your hand here, and I fell and I jammed it, so I couldn't really for a long time. I couldn't hold the needles. It bothered me, and I still don't like using straight needles because of it. I've only been doing circular needles since then.
Right.
If I have to do a straight needle, I will, but I don't really have a lot of love for straight needles. But I don't have a lot of love for most needles, to be quite honest. If we're gonna be real honest, I don't love a lot of needles.
Surprised you knit it all, Heather.
Yeah, well, coffee is what I need. So
I gave my little guest. We did her very first knitting instruction.
Nice.
Did her very first knitting class.
Nice.
I see potential in this one, Heather. I see a
Nice.
lot of potential.
Well, that is good.
Also, she just likes pretty yarn. So that right there,
That's also good.
her and I were going to be BFFs forever. But like I was telling you,
I'm going to open this window while you tell me, because it's a little bit dark in here for me to knit.
That's fine. She's talked me into making something for her.
That is hilarious. Does she know like your track record for making things?
Heather, stop. Don't tell the girl. But I have this really pretty rainbow pastel. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh yeah, it's actually showing up real faint light pastels.
Yeah,
Very
it's exactly
nice.
what it is. It's
fingering weight.
Beautiful. No, it's worse.
It looks like it looks fingering when you were
right. So hang on. We wound it.
Okay, so that's probably why it's like a little taut. Okay. Oh, you even wound it. So what kind of yarn is this?
So this is Manos del Uruguay.
Yes.
And it is called Fresh. I don't know. It's very hard to read.
Oh, no.
It's a fair trade yarn.
Nice.
I can't read this, and I don't know if you're going to be able to read it either, but I'm gonna hold it up for you.
I'm blind. Oh, because it's like in cursive. It's not focusing on it. That's the problem. Back it up a little bit. Take it down a little bit.
It's still not showing up.
No, it's focusing on everything behind you. You'll have to take a picture and put it in the comments after we get all done.
Okay. But anyways, oh no, that's the location. That's not the actual name of the yarn. The name of the yarn is on the back. You missed it. Yeah.
Oh,
so
I've got yarn wrapped around my leg. It's
the colorway is called Jelly Bean.
Cute.
It's 219 yards.
Okay.
And needle is size 6 to 8. Hand wash, lay flat to dry.
Nice.
So she told me I should make her a hat, but leave a hole at the top for a ponytail.
Nice.
And I told her, well, why not a full-on hat with, a poof ball or something.
Right.
And then she saw some more yarn in my bedroom, and she was like, ooh, that's pretty. That's kind of rainbow colored too. And I said, yeah, it is. I'm going to make slippers with those. She goes, I need a new pair of slippers too. I now get it.
See, now you get it. Now you're like, okay, honey, how many slippers can I make you?
Right.
Do you have more than 2 feet? Because I'm on it. I know, right? Right.
Yes. So now I get it. And I got to tell you, Heather, I'm not pressuring my kids, but I would be pretty excited for that. I'm really excited to be somebody's, I don't know how you want to say it. Their yarn dealer or whatever it is. They're
yarn dealers. It's just, I say,
they're finished object dealer.
They're yarn middleman.
Yes, exactly.
Well, if you don't have a pattern in mind, this was that episode. This was that.
Oh.
Not episode. What the hell you call these things?
It's one of their
but it's like edition. There you go. It was an E word. Can we tell?
I was going to say it's like a special edition.
Special edition. There you go. Interweaves Knits Gifts. This was from 2019, and they have like this whole section on hats. But what I thought was really cool was, let's see here. Oh yeah, I had it marked with a Post-it note. Yeah, I clearly
see what you did there.
I know, right? All right, so how to improvise a hat with stash yarn. So they talk about like how to measure your head and stuff like that in here, very nice. The size of the hat, and how to fake a in the round swatch so you don't have to actually knit in the round.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to measure her head before she leaves today. I'm going to send you the measurements.
Okay.
And you can look that stuff up for me.
We can work that out. Yeah, because that'll work out like, I mean, because the basic beanie hat that's in here is super cute and simple, would really show off the yarn.
Oh yeah. Yep,
You know, so
yep,
you just,
yep.
so it tells you exactly how much to rib. So when you measure her head, I'm going to need you to measure around her head, the crown here, and then over her ears. Like a head, like if it would be a
Like
headband.
a
Yeah, all
headband.
the way down to the ears. Yeah, yeah. So we can get it to cover her ear.
I can do that.
Awesome. Cool. Nice. So yeah.
So yeah,
I
I have to tell you that was a new experience, and I was like, I get it. I get what Heather's been talking
it's
about.
all clear now. All it's just everything's lining up. You understand,
I
right?
mean, I know she's not, she has her own people, but I don't know. I know her mom crochets. Um, but
This is
the
when you
rest of it.
this is when you learn. I was watching virtual church on Sunday, right? But this guy said something to me, and it's like it's so funny how it's so applicable in so many situations. And this one is totally it. Being in charge is not the same thing as being in control. Like you're totally in charge of the house, but you're not in control. Like, all right, we're going to do all these yarn projects now.
Ooh.
Isn't
I
that
feel
good?
attacked.
What?
I feel attacked.
Right? Being in charge is not the same thing as being in control.
I feel very attacked right now.
I know. I know. It's okay.
Wow.
I know. It's crazy. So obviously, are you like legit? You're not working on the hat right now, are you?
No, no,
Okay.
no.
So what are you working on today? I did tell everybody where they could find us if they muddled through that 7 minutes of me all by myself.
So I am knitting on one of my surprise projects.
Surprise project. Nice. Oh, there you go.
I think I told you. I don't know
I
if
feel
I
like
told
I've
you.
seen this before, or I know about this before. This is like not. I'm not shocked by seeing this. Okay, yeah. That yarn is beautiful.
Right? Okay, so this is Lion Brand. Plug for Lion Brand. Now, Lion Brand, you can start sending us some yarn. That would be
Right?
great.
Is that one of
Because
their
when we make our clothes, well, no, sometimes you do use indie dyed yarn, but like when I make something that I'm going to gift to somebody else, I do make it in Lion Brand usually because it's the easiest to care for.
Yeah, it definitely is, and you
It
can get it.
definitely is.
Wow.
So this is the mandala ombre.
Oh, you
I think
told
it
me
has,
about that when you went up to Whatchem Place, right? When you went up to Kenai or whatever
yes,
shopping.
yeah.
Okay.
Tranquil is the name.
Really? I like the colors. I love that yellow that's in there right now. I don't know that I would
Wow.
do tranquil. I think I would have like a more, I don't know.
This is it's more orange.
It's showing up like a mustardy yellow, like I like the mustardy yellow from
Yes.
my.
Yep.
Is that what it is?
That's very
Okay.
accurate.
Oh, and do you like how I did like our name tags are like fall colored?
I say that. Oh, you did that. I thought it just automatically popped
No,
up.
it demoed. It automatically defaulted to black and white, but when I put the closed captions on in YouTube, it like our names in the black kind of all blend together. So certain times the close, so I figured that this would work out better. So yes, and I did let people know that we have the past few episodes are also on YouTube right now, the Stitching the Miles Together podcast. So we're encouraging people to go over. And when we get to 100 followers or subscribers, and we can do that, I'm pretty sure that we're going to have some sort of giveaway. So
we're gonna have a party is what we're gonna do.
Definitely have a party, and I think we're gonna do like a live something or other, and we're definitely gonna have a giveaway. So
yeah.
We will dig through our stashes and we will pull out some stuff. Or if you are a brand that would like to, gift us things to be able to give away for our 100 follower, thing on YouTube.
Yes.
We are here for it.
We absolutely are.
I am, because
and then I have my usual pain in the butt down here trying to hand me sloppy, gross toys.
Well, she likes to be involved.
I know she does. She was laying like right in the middle of the yarn when I was showing 5 exactly how to how to cast on and how to wrap it around, and she was laying right on the ball of yarn, and the ball of yarn was like perfectly her size. It was just leftover stash yarn.
Yeah.
So, and she liked it because it was fluffy and it was fat.
Nice. I like it. Now I did see someone because Vivian wants, she calls them both, she just calls it yarning. Mimi is yarning. Mimi likes to yarn. And I'm like, oh, that's fine. But she knows the difference between a needle, a knitting needle, and a crochet hook. And in fact, when I was looking for a needle to sew something for her, and she picks up the needle that was attached to my shawl, and she goes, here's the and thankfully this is grabby yarn, and when I get up, I shove all the stitches like really down onto the and so
Same.
yeah, so we are, let's see here, I haven't worked on this in a couple days, but once I got past the section, remember last week where I told you that I didn't know, like I messed up the colors?
Yeah.
Then I did all the bobbles, and I'm really glad that
Did you do the bobbles?
I got all the bobbles done.
Woohoo!
I'm so glad. It took me days to do the bobbles.
I am not done with all my bobbles, but I think I said that last time, and I know I should just sit down and knock it out. But
it took me days to do my bobbles. I did the boat ride and I got 6 bobbles done, like a 20-minute boat ride where I would have got all the way across. I need to remember next time that I see bobbles that I like to crochet bobbles and I do not like to knit bobbles. And so when I don't like to do something, I just don't do it.
Right.
It's not like I don't have 900 other works in progress going on.
True. Well, and that was kind of my thought too, but I really want to get that shawl done for winter this year. My nose is so itchy.
If I can get through a row of bobbles, look, if I had the stuff all different, like if the blue was actually green and then the green was yellow, and it would have looked like a bunch of Christmas trees with stars on top. So I'm really glad that I messed up the colors. I'm just saying. And now I'm into the wings where you're like,
it was a happy accident.
Short rows. So I have to do 20. There's going to be 25 orange stripes when I'm all done. I can't go away. So there'll be 25 of these orange stripes, and I'll have to flip it over and do the other side. So then once I get done with this part, I'll be done with clue 2. And then it's on to clue 3.
Nice.
But I decided that I'm not following his color suggestions anymore. And I'm just, because at this point, because I messed up, I'm going to just do whatever color I feel like I want to do next in the shawl.
Okay.
Well, pretty, I just.
Missy, stop it.
Who's probably going to be next?
Oh, you're frozen. There you are.
Oh, sorry.
You were froze.
So
I'm loving this pattern because it's the same 6 rows over and over again. And I don't know this that I'm.
Yeah, but I know. What is it called?
It's a shawl.
I know, but you.
I don't know the name of it.
What is it called?
That requires me to go grab my book.
All right. I do remember you telling me about the shawl because you don't have to. I think we were on the phone. You can just tell us later, or you can go grab your book, whatever you want to do.
I'm gonna grab the book.
All right, she's gonna grab her book, folks, because she told me what it was, and I don't remember. Some shawl patterns are really fun because you're just growing the shawl. At least that's what I hear. Well, that's a lie. I was like, but I never finished shawl patterns. So that's a lie. I do have a shawl that I finished.
And I'm back.
In your back. Look at that. What's it called?
Eyelet triangle shawl.
Yes.
So
what is that out of?
Okay, so this is the book. And I don't think I had this book the last time we podcast. Well, I did, but I didn't have it anywhere close by.
Okay.
So
you can get that whole thing out of one skein?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I'm guessing. So here's the thing. It says they have you using just the mandala.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, they all seem like they're ombre or, some sense of the, moving into another color.
Yeah, because I have some in the attic. I think mine's like a teal green. I think I showed it to you the one time. It's like the teal green white or something.
Right. But this is a worsted weight. It doesn't have as many yards as what the actual pattern calls for. So I'm knitting it on bigger size needles.
Okay. Well, those are
So
colors too that you could probably pick up something.
I did pick up. I was lucky. Remember, I said I was going back to the store because they didn't have what I wanted at Joann's. That
Yes.
that whole day was a bust.
And you went
This is
back
what happens
yesterday?
when I plan to take a day for myself and go shopping.
Well, I understand that. That's what happened to me last Tuesday when I went to Mainland. It was insane. Like, okay, nope, nope, don't have it here. Nope, nope.
Yeah,
Trying
it
to
was awful.
online.
I was very unimpressed with my selection at all the stores I went to, and I went to 3 different stores.
My cup is empty. I'm going to get or notice what cup I'm using today. This is her favorite cup.
I may have gone. You go ahead. Go.
I'm
Go
listening.
get
I
your
can
thing.
hear you because you're on speaker thing.
Okay,
So.
great. So I may have actually gone to Kenai in part just to get some Snoopy stickers for Halloween.
You did not. All right, hang on. I gotta see this.
I love Snoopy. I love the peanuts. Oh my God, why is he barking now?
Are the tires being delivered?
No. But
Okay.
I'm gonna mute you while I yell at these dogs because I'm gonna yell loud.
Sticker planners. Okay, mute it. She goes off screen so we can't see her mouth. She does get very loud when she yells, and she can still totally hear me. She's just muted herself. But that is crazy. Kenai is pretty far away. I suppose if you really want something, you will go there. I love that she went for stickers. I love that she loves stickers so much, and I am like super tangled up in my project right now because I want to get out this so I can. I was going to try to have a mindless knitting project for today, but I'm pretty sure that, well, that's not true. Are you back? Are you unmuted? Okay.
I opened windows in the house because remember how I said it was warm? And so when I brought the dogs back in, when I told you, just start without me. I'll be there.
Yeah.
Well, I opened a couple windows. Well, apparently the leaves are worth barking about. Well, because our fall is almost over. There are no more leaves left on the trees in my yard.
That's sad. Well, our fall is, we have like one fake summer day left here. It's like fake summer. It was like fake fall last week, and now it's like, now it's like, I guess legit fall's coming with this rain that we're supposed to be getting. So,
and I'm sorry, some of that, I don't know, is it coming from the west? If it's coming from the west, it's all coming from us, and I apologize.
she often apologizes for her weather. Been around here for a while, you'll know, because a lot of my or several of my autoimmune disorders are affected by the pressures. And then she's like, I'm so sorry, I feel like I did this to you. Like, Nicole, stop apologizing for things that aren't your fault. It's okay.
Well, I mean, if I could tell the weather that it just needs to shift upwards more into Canada.
Yes. That'd be nice.
I would. If I could make that happen for you, I'd be on it.
I am working on these socks today. I've actually put a few rows in them.
Nice. I heard you say something about having a mindless knit, but then.
Well, so it's October. This is what we're going to talk about. But then there's Socktober, and then there's Scarftober, and then I mean, we're knitting on some Stephen West stuff. Should there be a Shawltober? I mean, like, how many obers can we have? Or tobers? So I really want to work.
December could actually be Shawlember.
It could be Shawlember, but he does that, doesn't he? Isn't the Mystery Knit Along going on now, or is it start November?
Mystery Knit Along, they just released Clue 1.
So yeah, so this could be Shawtember for all those people. So my goal is, and my husband laughed when I told him this, and my goal is to possibly get this done.
Missy. Yeah.
Before it all gets like all of this year's whatever he's doing gets done.
Lay down in here. Don't sit on the children. That's not
I
how
would like to get it done, because then I would love to move on to woven chevrons, but this is further along than woven chevrons is, and it's over there, and I'm not going to get up and grab it because I keep bouncing the table when I get up. But I do enjoy the couple of hand knit socks that I have made for myself. I have gifted a couple of them, but I do enjoy them, especially sleeping in them at nighttime.
I don't like to Oh, dang it. I
So,
dropped a stitch marker.
oh no, that's not good.
I'll be back.
I mean, that would have been way more entertaining if you fake walk downstairs to go get your stitch marker.
I don't think my fat ass can do that. I think I'd
Wouldn't that have been awesome? Like,
I would have started off like walking down the stairs, and then all of a sudden it would just like Nikki fell, and then I popped. I'm okay.
it's like that. So
that would have been terrible.
So yes. So I've decided. I told my husband that my mindless projects at work, because while this is pretty quick, it's a different. Every 2 rows is a different pattern. It's really easy to memorize. Although I was just trucking through them like the other day. I'm like, man, I'm just not gonna do this sock. I was so proud of myself, and I wasn't actually repeating each row twice like I was supposed to.
Oh, whoops!
But I don't care.
No,
because this pattern is so busy. This yarn is so busy that I don't think you're going to notice that the pattern is slightly askew.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to.
I'm not going to do the pattern on the foot. It's just going to be stockinette stitched on the foot. And then I actually, I'm going to make the cuffs 6 inches like I wanted to. And we're probably like at 4.5, right? We actually are at 4.5 because I did measure last night before I went to bed. But I pulled a mini out of my stash. And so I two. Tired? Or just leave?
That's my fault. I threw her toy and it hit the gate on the crate. It hit the door on the crate.
That's all good. But this is going to be my heels and toes. Life with fun. Life with dogs is fun. Not life with fun is dogs. That's just weird. Gosh. So yes. So this yarn. I'm just going to keep talking. This yarn is Lola Bean Yarn Company. This is Mr. Felicier. It's from Tiana and the Frog, I believe. Lola Bean made this one. Mr. Felicier. I'm not saying it right. I can see it in my head. You're still muted, but your dogs may still be barking. Okay.
I think they're done finally.
Okay. I don't remember but this is that. It was her and Ken Yarn did a Lola Bean Yarn Company, and Ken Yarn did a thing together. And so this was Lola Beans. And then this is from Superfine Yarn Company. This is like one of the minis I have in my big old bag of minis from her. And I thought that would be really nice for heels and toes.
Speaking of minis, I have to remember to go get those toxic minis.
Oh yeah. We weren't mentioning them before, so I just watched that.
No, but you said minis.
We just said mini. Oh yeah, but you weren't mentioning. You're like, I don't want to tell people because I don't want people to go out and buy them all.
All right, so forget what I just said there.
Well, yeah.
I said nothing.
You said nothing. So
nothing of importance whatsoever.
Oh, Socktober. I can actually talk about the socks that I was working on before, but I ripped them all out, and I still have ripped them out. What
about the Round the World in 8 socks or whatever?
This is sock number 1.
Okay. All right.
I don't remember what exactly happened. I think crazy amounts of work happened, and I didn't do much knitting. I think I knit a pair of mittens forever and ever. I thought I was getting a lot more knitting done this winter. And then I think in fall, and then I think I got kind of disappointed with myself because I am failing at these self-imposed goals that I had.
Was this last winter? Because you had a lot going on.
Yes, it was last winter. Yeah. Well, remember I made my plans for winter, and then the grocery store is like, hey, guess what? We're closing, guys. And it's funny because I always like to say that the good Lord has a sense of humor, because I just need to get till November. I need to get through November 2nd. November 2nd, that's the day that I'm going to be doing this was last year, that's the day that we're going to have the election. I'm working the election. And then after that, everything's going to slow down. And I'm sitting and working the polling location on the island. And someone's like, hey, did you check the Facebook feed for the general store? Looks like you're it for this winter. Like, what are you talking about? So.
What do you want, sweetie? Can we go somewhere? Well, where do we want to go? To the park. Hornaday Park. She wants to go to the park. We might be able to. They do. I did have fun swinging yesterday. I'll tell you what. Once I know that Brianna and your mom are on their way back here, not to my house, okay, but on their way to the storage unit, then we'll go to the park. How's that sound? Okay, there we go. We're making deals. We're wheeling and dealing here, folks. That's how we do it.
With 5.
Yeah, that's what you do with 5.
That's what you do with 5 and 6. Although mine doesn't like to. So, you know what? I just want to double check that these socks are actually live before I start talking about them. I'm positive that they are. I'm pretty sure they went live on the 4th. So let's just double check because I don't want to I don't want to just totally decide to
Heather doesn't want to be leaking things.
I mean, yeah, yes, she did. They're on her thing. So Joe DeBomb designed these socks, and they are called the Going Baddie socks. And this is her Instagram feed here. So,
oh wow,
those are really awesome, right? Super awesome. I love them. So we did pick out the color together. I'm using Passion Knits yarn in my gem colorway that I got, which was self-striping, and then purple because the pink for you couldn't see the bats, and you notice how there are no bats right here because I actually made the bats 3 times. I sized up, and it didn't matter. I'm a very tight color worker, and my arch is ridiculously high and big because what she has you do is she has you measure the biggest part of your foot.
Yeah.
I don't use that when I'm making socks for myself because that's where my arch is, and that's where like the ball of but you want your socks to have like -2 inches of negative ease. Typically you want your socks to be real snug on you because they are going to stretch out, and you want them to really just be real snug on you because wool or whatever you're making them out of should stretch.
Right.
That is not the case with these. So when I put these on, I think I have a picture here because I'm not going to whip out my foot and put these on right now. I mean, I could, but I have a photo right here. So
yeah, show the photo.
I was trying desperately to get these stupid things done, and I'm stupid. I love them, and I'm really excited because I'm just going to duplicate stitch the bats on, but I'm actually going to rip this whole thing out because I asked her. I said,
"Oh, okay."
So see how big this sock is on me?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's huge.
It's huge. So even if I decreased enough to make the foot fit, I would not wear it because it's just too big at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and just rip everything out. But I love it. The pattern is very clearly written. And Nicole, you will love these heels because there's no stitches to pick up.
Ooh.
There's no, the heel is amazing. Like this is going to be my go-to preferred heel from now until the end of I mean, it's amazing. It's just short row shaping.
Yeah.
And then you just knit. Then when you're done, you just knit, you keep going and around, so there were no stitches picked up.
Right.
It was, you just start knitting in the round again and it turns itself. I love this Latvian braid detailing. I will actually have a little blurb on that on Heather Spins Alive sometime soon on the Heather Spins.
I do like that. That's different.
And then there's another Latvian braid that goes around the ball of your foot right before the toe decreases.
Nice. Hey, Rel, come here. Want to play that? Yes. Okay. All right.
So this is part of her Socktober set. She actually released 8 sock patterns or will throughout the course of the month.
Wow.
And Socktober is the thing. I've heard of Socktober before I did her, but so I'm really excited because some of them are toe up, some of them are cuff down. I prefer cuff down socks than toe up socks, even though toe up socks, I really want to make some because I suppose it's supposed to be better especially for me, for long footed people. I can get the most bang for my buck out of the yarn.
Right.
Because then you can just till you have no more yarn. So I definitely love these. I did this all probably in a day, to be quite honest, a day or two.
Okay.
I was really cranking it. Stockinette, I've been knitting for almost 30 years. And that is my primary hobby. Like some people need a security blanket.
Uh-oh, she's frozen.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're frozen too on my end. I can keep talking. Oh, wait, you can
Yeah,
hear me.
you're frozen. You're frozen.
Can you hear me now?
Nope. No, yes.
Okay,
And
what's
you
I'm
were
saying? I was like, wait, keep talking. I can hear. I'm like, wait, she can't hear me. I'm frozen. That's what I started to say. That I stopped talking. Like, what? This is stupid.
Oh, really? What am I going to do with you, darling? Go to the park?
So yeah,
she really is.
So I highly recommend Catherine Gibbs, JoJo DeBomb on Ravelry. I will put it below. She's got this sock thing, and I think it's still for sale. Like she's doing all this. It's like for 5 sock patterns. It was some ridiculously low price that I don't remember what it was.
Wow.
So yeah. So I'm definitely going to be.
Made socks.
What's that?
If I could knit socks.
Well, you started doing. I actually, you know what book I got from the library? Or actually, I have it. It's coming to me. I also from the library. I got the Knit 2 Socks in One.
Yes.
By the Drunk Knitter. I can't remember what her name is, but that's what her handle is on Instagram. That's how I met her. So I'm excited to also do those for Socktober.
Ooh, when you're gonna do those,
yes,
let me know because I want to start and do them along with you. Okay. Because like I said, I don't know if I did say this. I don't know if I've ever said anything about this, but I got that book as an advanced reader copy, a digital version.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So, but I still like print better when I'm dealing with patterns. We've talked about this.
I know we've talked about this, and you are actually, I did take a survey. I asked all sorts of people that knit or crochet. Like I was actually on mainland, and there was some lady like randomly drinking her coffee at a Panera. Like, and oddly enough, most of the time when you talk to people about their yarn, they're pretty like excited and want to like talk to you and share. And I was really involved. And I'm like, oh, I see you have a paper pattern there. Do you like, I'm sure I'm not in, but it was funny because she was just like, I'm like, I'll leave you alone. I love yarn. I knit, I crochet. And she's like, that's nice. And I'm like, do you prefer paper or electronic patterns? And she's like, well, paper. Like I was just, so I think that I am not in the majority. I think I actually want to do a poll. I'm not sure where we're going to do this poll at that we can get the most bang for our buck, but I know that I'm in the minority. Because
we should do a poll.
Like to mark up their patterns, and I do too. I have an Adobe like I have them.
I mean, I have an idea for your poll, but we don't want to make people go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. But if they totally went and subscribed to our YouTube channel, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, and we gave them a link to a poll, and that was one of the entries. With subscribing, there could be a giveaway.
We'll have to talk about this after we get done. That sounds like a good idea. We'll have to definitely talk about it. But see, I like to mark up my patterns. Like, so, I have, so I put little dots, and I don't want to show you that because, but, I dotted up, and then I can't do that. I'm able to mark stuff down and see stuff, but it's just like I can go through and I write myself notes in here. Like I know that this is my sock size, but and because it says Heather there, and then other people's socks and stuff like that. But all of my patterns, and I love that I can see when I last access it. Like there's all these things that are, I love my little Kindle. Plus, I'm not going to lose this, and I will probably lose. Paper. Well, and the other thing too is I don't like when papers are crinkly and folded. Like I don't. That's like.
How I know it's well loved.
No.
Heather, no.
Yeah, no. That's no. Should be loud. Your paper shouldn't be crinkly. Like I definitely have a problem with. I mean, there's like the head sock pattern that I've done a couple of so far. Like that's nice, and that pattern is definitely because I was taking it back and forth to work. Because sometimes I'll print stuff up. Like there's the sock that I was making a bunch of. Like last year, I made some for Christmas. I made like a set for Reese, and I made a set for Alexis, and I made another set. And that I was always end up be at the it worked when I was working on the heel. So the heel is printed up. Like when you get so far, like that's actually in I have like these hanging file folders at work. And so that one's actually there so I can put it out, but it's very neat and pristine.
Yeah. And she's frozen again. There you go. You aren't now. You were for just like a second. It was very quick.
Well, I figured I might be because I'm on Wi-Fi and I'm at my house with my Wi-Fi. Although in a few weeks here, we're going to be moving back into the condo because it's going to be November. And so I'll have really crazy fast Wi-Fi.
She needs help getting the light for the bathroom.
Okay.
Oh, really.
So while Nicole is off helping 5, if you are participating in a Socktober or a Scarftober or others just made up Shawltober, you should let us know. I'm interested. So apparently I don't have a scarf going right now. I don't really make a lot of scarves. I don't know if Nicole does. I don't think so. I think she's made scarves, but I think she also makes more cowls.
I don't know why everybody thinks that bathroom's so popular.
So, but I do want to get a mindless knit going for socks. You're back. See, I was talking about like I told people if they were participating in Socktober or Scarftober or Shawltober because it's totally a thing now. I think that's
Shawlember.
Shawlember. What? Well, we could call it Shawlember when Shawlember.
December.
It's Shawltober right now. You said you want to get
October
all done before that one, so we're in Shawltober.
All right, fine.
So, and
just so you know, it's gonna be Shawlember.
It probably will be Shawlember. I've got Shawlembers over there. Don't you worry. Shawlember is going to be alive and well.
Although I do have to say, and I don't have our show notes in front of me anymore. They walked that way. They walked off.
I almost left mine.
Coming up, Heather only has probably 2 more weeks. What's today? The 6th? Yeah, 3 more weeks. 3 more weeks, and then Nikki is really, really, really gonna buckle down and do NaNoWriMo. I don't have nearly as much work this year, knock on wood, as I did last November. Last November, do you remember how busy I was?
You were very busy.
Swamped.
Yeah, well, I told you it was the end of the year. Everybody was trying to spend up there. So this time last year you didn't have all that work that you had then.
No, yes, I did. I was working all the way up till December.
No, but I'm saying that you got a lot of work in October when people realized that they still had money left over. So I'm saying this time last year, you didn't know how busy you were going to be. You just kept getting work and kept getting work and kept getting work. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, y'all fired your editors? That's great. Okay.
Like right after, right before Christmas, the week before Christmas, everything went like, zoom.
Yep, I remember you were just like, yeah, I know, because you're like, I'm pretty sure that, not that you are one of the most awesome writers that I know, and even I would reach out to you before when I would find stuff. I'm like, this is a really good article. I learned a lot about something in your small town.
Yeah, but you should totally read my guide.
I'm excited to read your
guide. That is not my guide.
I know, ghostwriting, but I think I am actually because I want to really get in the habit of doing things. And I'm cheating a little bit and writing a little now and not posting as much, but I am going to try to. I'm not doing NaNoWriMo, but I'm going to do the blog version of that. I did it.
That's going on right now.
No, it's November too, isn't it? Yes, I always did it in November. I didn't do it in October. I didn't do it in October. I always did it in November. November national. I don't even know. Let's look it up right now.
Okay.
I'm looking it up right now.
She's calling me again. I'm being paged to the bathroom this time.
What? Go on with your
bathroom. I'm coming. Oh my goodness. Mute me.
Mute you. Okay, I'm muting you. Oh, she muted herself. Never mind. I don't need to mute her. So, blog every day. Blog every day. What? Blog. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, Nan Blow Pomo, National Blog Posting Month. One blog post every month in the month of November. Now, I know she's muted right now, but she may be able to hear me. Yeah, November. National Blog Posting Month, aka NAB Blow Pomo. Ooh, that's a mouthful. I'm gonna have to write that down. Back when we were bloggers, and that's what we did, I did it once where I posted every month on my blog. And my blog is not really a source of, I don't know. When I was blogging every single day, all the time, I did all the things like that was, you commented on your blogs. Like that's how people like, they would blog and then they would tweet about their blog post. And then there really wasn't Facebook. I mean, there was, but like it wasn't popular like it is now. There wasn't TikTok. There was not Instagram. There was not a lot of things. So you commented on blogs. I mean, I'm guilty of the same thing. I have a friend that I met through blogging and she lives in my hometown. It's still my hometown, even though I'm live here. It's not my hometown. And she met me through my blog. Her name is Pretty Nitty Jewelry. I know her real name, but I don't know if she actually has her real name out there. But she shares her blog on her Facebook, and I never comment on her blog. I always just come back to Facebook. I like that post, and I comment what I would comment on the blog. So it's a much different world than it was back then. But I did do Nablo Pomo 1 month, which is November, which she got up and went away again. So clearly things weren't good in the bathroom. Just very, I don't even know if it exists anymore. Oh gosh. All these pages that I'm trying to click through because this is from like 2012. So I'm going to look up this. Oh, 2022.
I'm back.
November.
I'm back.
I know you're back. And I said November.
Oh, I thought you muted me too.
No, I couldn't mute you. You muted yourself. It's mute everywhere.
All right.
Because when you're in the backstage area, I can't hear anything you say. So if you've ever talked to me when you were back there and you weren't actually up on the screen, I didn't hear you. Which is why you can't hear me when I'm normally like when I was in the back end doing stuff because you don't. I'm not even sure what it looks like on you. Try not to pick at my face because it finally is stopped. My face has stopped eating itself.
All right, who made the dogs bark this time?
I love when somebody said me.
Not me. No, there was two. Not me.
I totally did that.
No, there was two, not me's.
That was hilarious. Right. I should not be picking my face. Hopefully it doesn't start bleeding.
All right. So what else do we have to go over?
All right.
You're gonna do October. Okay, so here's what I wanted you to do. When you get that book, let me know. And I will.
Oh, when you get that book, you know. Okay.
When you get the book, the Knit 2 Socks in 1, when you get it, let me know. Not like you wouldn't tell me when you got it. Not like you're gonna hoard it as a secret or something, but let me know and I will cast on to do it with you.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure I had my measurements all figured out.
You had already started.
Yeah, I know. But then I was like, you know what? I have other things that I really got to do. And here we are.
Cool. Yeah, I requested a digital copy and I also requested the physical copy because our library has 4. And it was actually the Drunk Knitter. She posted on Instagram today because she was at her local library with her son and saw her book there. And the library was like, your librarian was like, somebody just returned this yesterday. And so she was super excited that like, you know, I mean, I would be giddy with that.
I
And
would
you would be so
be.
proud. I've had a couple people like this month come into the store. Okay, not in October. I lie. In September, I had a couple people come into the store, different people, and they were like, "Oh, you're Heather Spins a Yarn," and they were like really excited, and I didn't freak out. I didn't be like, I was like, "Thank you." Like, I didn't ask them why. Why do you consume the stuff I put out there? I didn't. It was just I was
Why
actually
are you
excited
following
and
me?
chatting with them. It was funny because so we were. I don't know if I told you this last time. So
I don't
we
think
had a
so.
fire for some of Jeremy's work friends, and it was like the day after we had podcasted last time. And someone said,
Okay.
"Oh, I caught your podcast," and I said, "Oh, that's so great." And someone else goes, "You have a podcast?" And I said,
I'm going to strangle 2 dogs.
"But I said I don't really understand why people even watch." That's what I said. And not because I don't know. I think it's funny, and I actually do watch. Yesterday, I just uploaded to YouTube, and then it was funny because 40 minutes in, I was still watching us. Like after I had got us uploaded to YouTube, so I'm like, clearly we're entertaining because I'm watching us and I'm laughing and I'm like responding to stuff. What was really comical is I would say something that you would say, and then my person online that was me, would say the same thing because obviously we're the same person, But yeah, so I decided to request the physical copy and the digital copy because I want to compare and contrast whether or not which I like having better was kind of plus I can get the hard copy in my hands sooner. So I requested because our library has 4 copies of the book, but 2 digital copies. So I don't know how long I'm gonna wait for the digital copy, but the hard copy I should get soon. So I am actually going to
keep you posted.
I will keep you posted as to when I get it. And then if you also, we're talking to our viewers now, if anyone else has the book, it's called Knit 2 Socks in 1.
Right.
And I can actually,
I don't have my tablet.
I've got my SEO. We have an app now, so I can look. Let's see here. Search.
I'm halfway done.
Knit 2 Socks in 1 is on its way. The book is. Let's see here. Is it gonna let me? I want to view the item. Sorry. I just wanted to make sure I didn't suspend my hold. Like I didn't want to all right. So it is, it's called Knit 2 Socks in 1, Discover the Easy Magic of Turning One Long Sock into a Pair by Sophia. I know I apologize. I'm saying your name wrong. It's Safiyah, and her last name is Talley, Talley. But Knit 2 Socks in 1, that should pop up. We can show a little book. That's kind of what the book looks like if you go to your library. There you go.
Well, if it works out really well, it's for sale in my bookstore, in my local bookstore. So I'll go and I'll get the physical copy.
Well, that's what I said. If I like the book a lot, where I feel like I really need to have this in my library and not just borrow it every now and again, I definitely want to get it. But I don't have.
She has quite a few patterns in there. I mean, she has like the basic, like vanilla kind of sock pattern, but then she has some other ones that just look amazing.
I'm really excited because I've been wanting to try Afterthought Heels and Toes for a while, and the fact that you can just sit there and knit and be mindless, that's like, I'm super excited for that. That's going to be definitely some October socks going on in
there. Oh, you're going to play Mario? Okay. I don't think you can play that one. I think you have to go back to the red one.
What about Kirby?
The one that has the Nintendo. Huh?
Kirby's in the Nintendo, like the NES stuff on there.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
He loves Kirby. But
so that's what I have. I have one of like the NES stuff, and she likes the old Mario. That's what she calls it, the old Mario.
Vivian likes the one that's like the secret levels or something. I don't know, but she really likes Kirby. So let's see here. So there's also a Scarftober. I have no scarves going on for that, nor am I going to start any scarves.
I have one.
You have one?
I have a scarf. Mm-hmm.
Is it the one you were making for Zach, or?
It's his noose. Yes.
Okay, his noose. Okay.
I've nicknamed it the noose.
That reminds me, I just watched someone. Nobody was talking about how to teach someone how to knit, and it was like stab it, wrap it around, like it was like strangle it, like all. It was like, oh, okay. That made me.
That was genius.
Well, so if you work on Zach's news anytime this October. We can
Right.
hashtag it Scarftober. Have some fun.
Right.
And we definitely have some Shawltober going on. And probably
Yes.
Shawl November. Shawl Ember and December. Does anybody have any finished objects? Because I do not actually.
I do not. Do you have finished objects? Of course you do. Wait, what? No?
No finished objects. I know, right? Okay, so
It's
I
a
have
Christmas miracle.
It's a Christmas miracle. It's called the last week of the month. Heather did billing, and billing fell on a weekend.
Yes.
And then also Heather has winter fuels. So Heather's not been doing a lot of knitting at work recently. Plus it's been a weird, I don't even know. It's just kind of funny.
Well,
who's
like I said, I think if I would have if I hadn't written a guide, I wrote a book. Is what I did. And it's not even mine. I can't even lay claim to it.
Ghost Rider.
What? I know, Ghost Rider. Yeah. No.
You have some sort of cape and like a little thing, like when you lift up the mask, I'm any author you need me to be. Sorry.
I picked up a client, and they wanted a guide on moving to Alaska. Now, I mean, I had to seek this client out. They didn't find me.
But they chose you.
But they did choose me. Chose me. They did choose me because I knew the answer to their qualifying question. Like some clients are really weird, but with travel stuff, they want to kind of make sure that you are who you say you are or have lived where you say you've lived or actually visited. So they'll ask you some little known fact. And they asked everybody who applied, what's the name of the bar at the end of the spit? Now you guys can all go look this up. And it'll tell you, what is the bar at the end of the spit in Homer, Alaska? Okay. It'll pop up.
Right.
I'm not going to tell you. I want people to go look.
I'm refraining from Googling right now.
What?
I said I'm refraining from Googling right now.
I answered with their right question or with the right answer to their question. But I said, but technically, yes. I said, but technically, that's not at the end of the spit.
Nice.
If you go all the way to the end of the spit, you end up in the bay or so-and-so's parking lot.
Right.
Oh, that was the question. That was their exact question. Was, what is the name of the bar at the end of the spit that everybody has a hoodie from? And when they answered me back, they said, you are correct. That is exactly correct. But nobody wants a hoodie from them. The place that's actually at the end of the spit, which is a place my son worked at. I want to say 2 years ago. Cody worked there.
Nice.
So it was, it was hilarious.
So
that's how I got the job.
But yeah, but I'm pretty excited. I'm excited to just excited for you. You're getting some good jobs, and I'm excited that you're going to be writing. And November is National Blog Posting Month. Sorry, I did look it up. There you go. I did NaNoWriMo.
That's what it was called.
Yeah, I did it one time. I successfully did it one time because for whatever reason in my head, I thought I had to physically go on every single day and write stuff. I've learned now that that's dumb and you don't have to do that. You can schedule things out. My biggest fear with scheduling things out is just the climate of the world right now.
Yeah,
something out like World War III would happen that day, and I'd be like, everybody's happy, let's have coffee.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I hesitate to say this, but I am learning that there's only so many things that I can control.
Yes. Well, here you go.
And I am a big proponent of, yes, ma'am. And I am a big proponent of freaking out about things before they happen.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am.
I testify.
Yes, you can. I've
talked you down many a time.
I have no idea if it's going to happen or not, but what if it does?
Some crazy imaginary scenario. Like,
I'm not even kidding, but yeah,
I know you're not kidding. I'm just backing you up here. What she says is legit, friends.
I don't need you to support me on this one. um,
No, that's not you at all. I never
no,
used to
thank
talk
you.
you down from a ledge.
Um, so when it comes to the state of the world, oh my God, I have like a 3 foot bubble. I think that I can contain and control, or try to, and that's it. And so I think I'm just gonna have to be mindful of the things that are going on in the world, but I can't. I think if I stop doing something every time something happens in the world, I'd never get anything done.
I understand what you're saying.
Yes.
I think that
I mean, it is the cause of a lot of days while I didn't get out of bed this last summer that I just didn't want to get up. So.
like I said, I hear what you're saying, and I'm getting better at that myself. But I have also found that I work better doing batch work when I'm working, like when I'm writing and stuff like that, because sometimes you're just in the mood to
Yes.
write.
Yep.
And I can knock a lot of stuff out. So that's actually what I'm doing. And I'm going to start scheduling my content. I'm just going to be mindful of the fact that I need to just check on it to make sure, like maybe not make it go live before I'm awake every morning, although I'm awake pretty early. So
You are awake pretty early. You could make my stuff go live when you are awake.
you could like, hey, fact check this for me. And in fact, oh my gosh, this morning, this guy came in, or this afternoon, it was hilarious. And this guy comes in and he's just like going on. He's like, so you guys open up like bright and early every morning? And I'm like, yes, sir. And he's like at 10. And I was like, no, sir, I open up at 7:30. And he's like, holy shit, who's up at that hour? And I'm like, well, I am, sir, every day.
So that I can open up here. What's
But
difficult
10
about
o'clock
this
was
for you to
bright and
understand?
early for him.
He must be from Alaska.
I don't know where he's from. He was local-ish. I mean, he's not from the island, but it was just quite humorous to me that he was just like, and
Well, I see
his
that.
friend is looking at me like, what am I going to do with him? And I'm like, you brought the drunk guy here, or like, he's really your problem. Take him home.
Well, I say that because Brian and I joked when we first got here that Alaska, they work on their own time schedule.
Oh, they do that here too.
Like the ass crack of 11 a.m. is when the town really starts moving, especially in the winter.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
They'll come in at like 9 here, like, oh man, it's so early. I can't believe I was up so dang early in the morning, like just rubbing their eyes and stuff like that. Like
I'm like,
for
look,
hours.
people, and the doctor's offices are always so stunned when I am like, they're like, well, I have a 9 a.m. and then I have an 11. And I'm like, I'll take the 9.
Right. Boy's like, can I first available, please?
Yeah. Every time. And they're like, well, that's and if I ask for the first available, well, that's 8:30. Okay, great. Put me down. Let's go.
Doctor's like,
I want to get it done. I want to get it out of the way.
well, this is one of my specialists. Like, apparently since I started coming, they were one of my specialists, and it was funny because every time I would go to see him, because I'd go to main campus, I'm trying to knock all my appointments out at one time. And so I'd always take a 7:45 slot, and I would always sit in there until almost 9 o'clock waiting for him. And he's like, I can't believe they scheduled you again. I'm like, sir, like, you have a 7:45 slot. He goes, well, no one ever takes that slot. I'm like, hello, here I am. And there's actually another slot after that he should be filling, but they're not. I'm like, you should probably indicate that in your schedule that you don't actually want them to fill those slots, because I'm tired of sitting here waiting for you for an hour and a half. And the one time I had exhausted all of my yarn for the day that I had brought with me for appointments, because I was there for 2 hours in a room. I think I was making pom-poms that day. So it was like really, and there was nothing I could do. It wasn't like I could tinker. I couldn't fix anything. It was like, no, I'm done.
And you wonder why I pack so much stuff.
Yes, I could see. It doesn't happen often.
Just that one specialist.
Just that one specialist. When I go see him, I take all of the things.
Heather hates it. I pack a bag that is like just for an afternoon.
Like an overnight bag. Like, and when she's coming overnight, you would think she was coming for a week. Like the one time she came to stay with me when she was in Ohio, and she brought like a small rolling suitcase that you could check. So it was small enough to check. And then there was a backpack, there was a large tote bag, and then there was a grocery bag with stuff that didn't fit into the other things. I'm like, good Lord, how long are you coming for? I don't remember what was in the grocery bag. It was like just odds and ends that you like couldn't fit into that you had to like unpack. You were like realizing like it was like chargers and crap. I don't know. All I know is I was like, Jeremy's like, we took like it took us each armful of stuff to take it up to the bedroom. And Jeremy's like, how long is she gonna be here for? I was like a day or two. I think you ended up being there for 2 days, but it was so funny because it was just like, uh, wow. She had like 2 computers.
I did not have 2 laptops with me. I only had 1 laptop.
Oh, it might have been 1 laptop and a tablet.
Right. And I don't use my tablet like a computer, but I mean, yeah.
You know, she uses like TV, I think is what you use your tablet for, don't you?
I usually do. I usually use it to watch videos.
Yeah.
Like
But it was
Hulu,
hilarious. It was like, and she had like 4 projects, 4 planners.
Look. So much of what I bring depends upon the mood that I am in when things happen.
I know. I've had to talk. She will, when she goes to go someplace, like when she went to her specialist appointment, she did actually contact me. Okay, this is what I want to bring. And I'm like, dude, how long are you going to be gone? Like, no, you don't need to take 6 projects with you. You're not getting any of those done.
You don't know that?
You're right. I don't know. So right.
I mean, truthfully, I could have knit on one and been like, you know what? All right, I'm tired. My hand hurts from doing this stitch, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to do a different one.
You know, I never, oh, that's you telling me you're here. I just got alerted that you're here inside the room with me. Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg? Yeah. Let me tell you what Zuckerberg can go do.
Mm-hmm. All right. So if you are participating in any of these things, Socktober, Shawltober, Scarftober,
tag us.
Let us know. Go over to the YouTube channel and subscribe. And please like this if you like this video.
And since I have such great ideas.
Yes. And please stalk us wherever we are online. We appreciate it. We like it.
Yeah. And since I have such great ideas, I highly recommend going and subscribing to the YouTube channel, because I have a feeling the next time we come back in 2 weeks. We might have some really awesome things to tell you about.
Yes. Ooh, in 2 weeks. Let's see here. That's going to be
the 20th. Can we pull that together?
What?
Can we pull that together in 2 weeks?
Yeah, I think we can. We can do anything. We're on stop.
It's fine.
Well, thank you for joining us today. If you joined us live or if you joined us on the replay, thank you.
We appreciate it.
We do appreciate that. You can follow us on YouTube. We're Stitching the Miles Together. We also have an Instagram called Stitching the Miles Together. We quite honestly are not real active on right now. I think we're going to start doing like where we share the stuff like to our main page.
I think that's where we should kind of like host our big idea.
Oh, that might be fun. Although you don't like the Brady Bunch aspect going on over there. Yeah. But I'm Heather Spincy Yarn, where you can find me online all over. And Nicole is Know-it-all Nikki.
All over the place.
All over the place. Or NLS Creative. If you would too like her to write you a guide without, you know.
I just missed this stitch. Said that. I was like, like I stabbed the yarn.
Oh dear. Well, you know, you were stabbing it. You're knitting, stab it, strangle it, all that jazz. And I guess that's all. And if you are going to participate in Nanmo Rightmo or Nan Blow Pomo, we would love to know, because we need some cheering. We need some encouragement.
I do. I need a cheering section. I'm gonna try in November to update word count daily for people.
Ooh, that'll be nice. You should put that. I've seen people do that in their bio.
Yes, and that thing is a pain. The widgets for that are just such a pain.
Just go to manually do it.
Widgets on your website.
No, I'm talking about like just go in. I mean, I guess that'd be a big pain in the butt. Go in every day and edit for like Instagram, like your handle. Although I don't know.
No. I'll either be doing it daily or weekly. I was thinking I'll be doing it every Monday. So apparently I might actually be doing it every Monday because that's what my brain wanted to say.
Well, you could do a weekly wrap up from the week before. I mean, that will give you a
Yes.
post to talk about. That would give you a post every Monday.
I think honestly, the number of words I write, I should do that many rows.
Rows? Isn't the goal to get like
a week, not a
rows? I
day.
mean, that's a lot of rows. Like, I don't think you understand the multitude of which you are committing yourself to knit.
That's a week, Heather.
That many rows? Like, how many, like,
I
so
know
50,000 words is what you're supposed to get. Like 50,000 rows is a lot. Like 50,000 stitches would probably be more attainable than 50,000 rows.
Okay, fine. We'll do. No, that's going to be harder for me to keep track of than the rows.
How? At the end of each thing, it would tell you how many stitches you're supposed to have at the end of each row. In any legit pattern, they tell you in brackets this
Okay,
many.
okay. I'm okay. We have to wrap this up because Midwestern Goodbye and Impatient 5.
You started it.
I know.
That is looking really awesome. I'm liking it. I don't need another whip. I don't need another whip. I don't need another whip.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Okay, we're going. We're going.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. And I promise next time it probably just as equally as long.
Probably. Bye.